participating in trash collection, or giving back to nature by planting a tree. If everybody did volunteering activities from the region that have already started to reach out to everyone, from beach cleanups to healthcare to promoting inclusion. The examples are numerous.
Consider the UNDP UNV talent program that is
2023, a day that recognizes the spirit of volunteerism and the contributions that volunteers make to peace and development. We recognize and we thank all the volunteers for championing positive change within your dedication, your commitment, and your resilience. Thank you, providers, to those that are harder to reach. Thank you for being
globally and all volunteers. The positive change that millions of volunteers, including you and volunteers,
enhance their overall resilience. Volunteers in Thailand work on a wide range of issues, from public health to education and environmental conservation.
Mr. Angel, the Regional Manager for Asia Pacific. Madam Peter Chabawal, the UN Resident Coordinating Thailand, my dear colleague, and Tata Sitipan, Governor of Bangkok, Katiyam Tumot, the Deputy Director General of the Department of International Organization, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the powerful volunteers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning as well. Now, on behalf of the Royal Thai Government, it is my immense pleasure to welcome you all to the celebration of the International Volunteer Day 2023 under the name and under the theme of If Everyone Did, ... when we lost. It is indeed a joy and honor for me to take part in this celebration and call back to the 1985. The United Nations General Assembly highlighted the role of volunteers and established the International Volunteer Day, or IVD, aiming to acknowledge the contribution of volunteers around the world in making peace and sustainable development a reality. Every year, we then celebrate the International Volunteer Day to promote volunteering and the spirit of volunteerism. The celebrations also aim to reiterate the importance of the government's continued support to the volunteers in striving towards the realization of Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, at the local, national, and international levels. And for me, it is instead reciprocal. Without the powerful actions of our volunteers, the government would merely be able to move forward in any dimensions, either social, economic development, or even environmental protection. Therefore, it is actually an opportunity to shine a light on the importance of volunteering work. This is also a chance to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to all volunteers for your exceptional contributions with your spirit of giving, and meanwhile encourage others to follow the path. So thank you very much for everything that you all have done. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme, If Everyone Did, ... really echoes the power of everyone, which is enormous. Currently, as we are in the UN decade of ambitious action to deliver the SDG by 2030, there is a sense of urgency to respond to global development challenges ranging from global boiling to biodiversity loss and pollution, health to hunger, poverty to inequality, and etc. It is essentially all require tremendous collective actions, and even though progress is being made in many places, we must, however, accept that the overall actions to meet the SDG is not yet advancing at the speed or the scale required. And in this connection, I believe that the volunteer and state partnership are now more crucial than ever. It is convincible that there is no better call for action than asking everyone to do something to make positive change towards our sustainable future, not only for our generation, but for our children, for our grandchildren, and for the next generations to come. I repeat that everyone, and that is neither governments, nor private sector, nor individual volunteers, but everyone must do it together. And I trust that if we all do a little something, then no one has to do a lot. It is our responsibility and not everyone else. And in Thailand, volunteer work has played a pivotal role in contributing to the betterment of Thai people. It has made numerous contributions to society and the country in areas of rural community development, disaster prevention and relief, public health, education, development, etc. It has been proven that volunteering is a significant tool in creating the unity and harmony in society, especially during the outbreak of COVID-19. And in this regard, it is my privilege to present you the Royal Thai Volunteer Project, Wheels on Heart, graciously initiated by His Majesty King Rama X, started from June 2017. It is truly an example of volunteering in Thailand. The project has encouraged all Thai people to be volunteers in doing good things for others and the country, covering a wide range of activities from tree planting to canal dredging and rehabilitation, as well as caregiving to vulnerable groups of victims of natural disasters. All volunteers participated in such activities are cordial and happy to devote their time and resources with the others. And the Royal Thai government has followed His Majesty's footsteps by striving to improve the quality of life through volunteer and state partnership. As we are aware, the Thai people are generous, and we have almost 14 million formal and informal volunteers all over the country, my family included. It means that we have a powerful driving force in advancing our country and pave the way towards the SDG. Now, the Social Welfare Promotion Act, formulated in 2003 and amended in 2007, is the key legal instrument to ensure measures have been deployed accordingly. The volunteer management system has also been established to secure the standard of responsible volunteering in Thailand, while strengthening the mechanism of volunteer and state partnership in driving the country towards the sustainable future. Through this agenda, not only the government, but also civil society, academics, and private sector have also played an important part in supporting the volunteerism in Thailand. Let me share with you some of our success and impressive stories which were reported to the United Nations through our voluntary national review on the implementation of 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, or VNR. First, we have eminent volunteer groups who really work on the ground. They are the most efficient mechanism in linking the local communities with the government, such as village volunteers on health, environment, as well as social development and security, and human security, and many more. All these volunteers are the key players in driving Thai society through the COVID-19 and also accelerate our actions towards the achievement of SDG. Second, the youth-led networks. The networks are focused on education programs that correspond to the capacities or interests of the learners. Youth volunteers themselves have paid much attention on events in promoting education and lifelong learning as a tool to increase their abilities to cope with the global challenges presented at their local communities. Third, the Power of Sustainable Future Foundation. The foundation is a social enterprise sponsored by PTT Public Company Limited with the mission to promote the appropriate renewable energy management, as well as afforestation through the concept of volunteerism, which will inclusively lead to long-term energy and environmental sustainability. And my last but not least example, which has not yet been reported to the UN, further illustrates the power of the thing if everyone did. In 2021, ladies and gentlemen, the first public and private project on carbon credit for community forests in the northern part of Thailand was initiated. It is a collaboration between the Mafalung Foundation and several government agencies, NGOs, banks, private sector, individual volunteers, as well as local communities. The project has been implemented based on the concept of cultivate land and cultivate people, aiming to tackle the climate crisis, including the PM 2.5, while incentivizing local communities to protect the forests themselves. It is anticipated that within the next 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, the project, consisting of 77 community forests, will result in greenhouse gas emission reduction of over 500,000 tons of carbon dioxide equivalent, while more than 500 million pounds of revenue would be generated through carbon credit trading. The outcomes of the project will unquestionably contribute to all three pillars of sustainable development: the social, the economic, and the environment. These are only some of the good stories that truly reflect the power of volunteerism, and volunteer-state partnerships in Thailand. There are still many more good volunteer stories happening every day in the country and, of course, across the border. Volunteer-state partnerships in Thailand has also played a very important role in technical support for further developing countries, particularly our neighboring countries, in funding, equipment, tools, knowledge and technology transfer, as well as human development. I may have to spend a whole day or even more to share with you all of these remarkable activities. Some of them are presented in the exhibition in front of the conference room, which I would like to invite all of you to visit and join us in celebrating our achievements while showing the world how powerful we are. As Minister of Social Development and Human Security, I am confident that the collaboration between the Ministry and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, together with the United Nations Volunteer Programme, commemorating the International Volunteer Day this year, will signify Thailand's commitment in cooperating with the United Nations, as well as pertinent stakeholders to fully support volunteerism, and individual volunteers to work towards our sustainable future. I am certain that only together we shall find the strength to confront the global challenges that affect us all. Ladies and gentlemen, not everyone can do great things, but if everyone does a little, the great things can be achieved. And let's show the world what we have done, what we are doing, and what we shall do. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best, filled with happiness, prosperity, good health, strength, and continuing your endeavor in safeguarding our society, our country, our region, and eventually our planet. Happy International Volunteer Day, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again, the Minister of Social Development and Human joining us on stage. There's not enough space, but we do have photographers on. So what I want you to do is to turn around and face them, please. So much indeed, and once again,
because of the scale at which we are seeing volunteerism, seeing that in action in everyday life is what is so impressive.
Our population already, and with this number, and together with generosity and hospitality of Thais,
ครับสวัสดีนะครับขอบคุณมากลูกฝากเพื่อนๆด้วยนะค่ะค่ะสวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับโอ้ถึงครับท่านอุปกรณ์ทั้งถ่างทั้งงัดเลยเนาะทั้งถ่างทั้งงัดทั้งเจาะเอาขอบคุณมากขอบคุณมากหวังว่าจะไม่ต้องใช้บริการดีเขาได้ในเรื่องสังคมปกครองก็มีการเตรียมแล้วตอนนี้เดี๋ยวเรา
หลวงพ่อคนพิการไป
ลองเลือกดูรูปไหนที่ ไปในเว็บไซต์
IDP is an opportunity for individuals, for communities and organizations to promote their contribution to local, national and
This exhibition entitled Everyone Can Volunteer, Hands-on for a Better World.
สวัสดีค่ะ Mr. Christian Hansen, MB Regional Minister of Asia University. Mr. Priya Kumro, Deputy Director General Department of International Organization, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security, it is indeed a special.
One, please place your hand down. Officially, we will move forward faster in unity. Hands up. We thank you so much. Thank you. And next, we also have a plaque to present to Ms. Sarah Video, the Technical Advisor on Social Development from the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security. A quick group photo as well, if I may, please join. Thank you so much.